Welcome to our wild life. Let's dive into our crazy and funny daily antics. While Walter was at the drinking source, some bad stuff seeped in with the rain, making toxic soup. When she suggested a fix, the villagers were not happy at all. This riverside graveyard has been passing down traditions for generations. Any changes feel like blasphemy. But hey, disease control waits for no one. It's time to act. Walter teamed up with the troops to move bodies and block downstream. This really ticked off the villagers, and they gathered in protest. Just then, Kitty bumped into the crowd on her way home, getting knocked down by the villagers ahead. With a language barrier, she was lost and had to dash home. But the crowd kept closing in, blocking all exits. In a critical moment, Walter leaped in like Superman, using his body to shield her from flying fists. The arriving soldiers quickly broke up the chaos, which finally allowed for some relief. After this drama, their relationship took a subtle turn, with the cracks mending thanks to their mutual support during the crisis. They often went boating together. The carpenter's strokes created ripples, reflecting two close companions. This kind of bond needed no words. Surrounded by nature, sweet love quietly snuck in, tying them together tightly. To juggle disease control and water supply like a director, guiding soldiers to get water to every corner. Using the terrain, they brought clean water into every household. This quiet yet grand act transformed the village's fate. A fate's twist can catch you off guard as on an ordinary afternoon. Katie was playing with the kids at the convent when poof. She fainted faster than a superhero taking in subtitles. When she woke up, an elderly nun told her a chilling piece of news. She was actually pregnant. Upon hearing this, Katie's mood plummeted, realizing the baby was likely Charlie's. If she pretended the baby was her husband's, maybe she'd get a pass. But Katie was done with pretending and ready to face the truth. She envisioned countless scenes of explosive confrontations, only for her husband to say, "None of this really matters." This usually composed man showed remarkable understanding by simply accepting her most embarrassing secret. Perhaps the real bond lies not in a flawless past, but in choosing warmth amid the broken moment. In the morning, water flowed through bamboo pipes into every home, and villagers marveled at the sight. This pride lasted only half a day. Just then, a refugee wave from downstream crashed in, shattering the peace, bringing along even deadlier sickness. Subtitles. Katie was compelled to retreat to the convent with the orphans, precisely at dawn's break. Walter walked through ash-covered streets. Finding the new outbreak swallowed the valley and rushed to the convent. Before leaving, he touched Katie's forehead and headed to the quarantine zone. For the next whole week, the kids at the convent meditated on schedule. But sadly, no news came about Walter. Late at night, the lieutenant brought the latest list of infected. Walter's name glaringly shone. This news hit Katie like a thunderclap, instantly shattering her spirit. She barely had time to grieve, rushing into the night. Subtitles. She rushed through the crowded crowd and finally reached her husband unsicked. Walter's pale and ashen face instantly transformed into a radiant glow at the very moment he saw his wife, with the renewed will to survive flashing anew in his eyes. However, this duel with death already seemed destined for a sad ending, his unblinking eyes holding on to promises left unfulfilled. The promise of eternal companionship became a mere dream. After the funeral, Katie returned to her quiet home alone. Dusty microscopes and yellowed notebooks stirred memories of warmth and shared dreams. Everything turned into a sharp sting, causing her deep pain. As the disease alert lifted, she began to face her inner self. Katie began to sort through her memories of Walter, hiding those unforgettable moments deep in the core of time, while the years drifted by silently. That year, Katie brought her son into the flower shop she once shared with Walter. As she prepared to leave, she bumped into Charlie. This man, who once stirred her heart, still wore a polite smile. She responded evenly, her gaze as deep as the lake. In the following 3 weeks, the lake water flowed like past years. "Goodbye, Sir Tang. Take care, Mr. Penny." "What's the matter, Mom?" "Nothing is more important, dear." This film, The Veil, is not just a heart-pounding love story, it's a legendary tale of a woman's growth. In the steamy atmosphere of Metamfu supermarket, Katie ripped off her mask and found her true self over 6 years in the colour-stricken foreign land. Her first half of life served as a mirror for countless women. Before marriage, she was a carefully packaged item, exchanging youth and beauty for social status. Afterward, she became her husband's accessory. Lost in a loveless marriage, when she tried to fill her void in Charlie's embrace, she sank deeper into moral ambiguity. This state of dependency traps thousands of women in an invisible veil, defined as wives and mothers, while forgetting who they are. The cholera outbreak became the turning point for Katie. Observing the nuns' busy hands, she gradually understood true fulfillment. She realized that genuine fulfillment isn't a fantasy of dependence, but rather focusing on self-worth. When she let go of fantasies with Charlie, while caring for orphans in the hospital, she felt the heavy weight of life beyond romance for the first time. This transformation seemed to peel back the glamorous surface of life, allowing her to touch the very pulse of existence. Katie's encounter with Charlie in the flower shop exemplified the growth of her soul, no longer tightly bound. She finally realized that marriage thrives on the equal dialogue of two independent souls, not on one clinging to the other. Subtitles: if you really enjoyed this story, make sure not to forget to like it and subscribe to my channel.